Hi, fourth grade friends. We're going to take one more look at solving multiple step word problems. It's really an important strategy to be able to read the whole thing and know exactly what they're asking us. So in this question, the experts predict that the population of Lake Town will reach 160,000 people in the next 2 years. The population in Lake Town is 126,000 now. How many people need to move there a year in each of the next 2 years, assuming the population grows equally over those 2 years? So the first thing that I need to know is that there is right now 160,000 people in Lakeview. And I also know that I'm going to be looking at the next 2 years. Now, if the population is 126 now, I need to know how many are going to be there in the next 2 years. So as I look at it, the population is 160,000 over the next 2 years. So here's 1 year of growth, here's another year of growth, and that whole thing is going to be equal to 160,000. Right now, the population is 126,000, and I need to know how many people are going to come in this year and this year. So the first step I need to do is I need to take 126,000 away from 160,000. So go ahead and find a piece of scratch paper and go ahead and find your answer for 160,000 minus 126,000. Pause this video and come up with that answer. Okay, here we are, we're back. And as you do this problem, you're going to be doing just some pretty standard subtraction. And I see that these two areas right here are going to be a total of 34,000. Now, in order to find out how much is going to go in each one of these equally, I have to take that 34,000 and I have to divide it by 2. Well, 2 goes into 1. 2 goes into 3, watch my mouth, 1 time. And so 2 times 1 is 2. So remember, I divide, find a quotient, multiply, subtract, bring down the dividend, and do it all again. Well, now I have 14,000. So I'm going to do it all again. 14, how many times is 2 going to go into 14? Well, it's going to go in there 7 times. I'm going to have 14 right there. And I'm going to have 0 come down. Well, when you have 0 come down 3 times, I can go ahead and put 0 up here 3 times because 2 times 0, 2 times 0, and 2 times 0. And the answer is actually 1,700 for this year, 17,000 for this year, and 17,000 for this year. So the answer to the question is, how many people need to move there in each of the next 2 years? In each of the next 2 years, 17,000 people need to move to Lake Town in each of the next 2 years. I've read my problem, I figured out what my tape diagram is going to be, and now I can put in my answer.